Okay, that's just one of many things. But Bill Gates want to get in on it. So Bill Gates like, okay, well, I'm going to take some Lucifer rays and nanobots and different quantum dots, and I'm going to take all of these different things to be able to create a signature, an identification signature to put inside of your body, and you will be connected with the system, the new grid system that AI is going to run. So you don't have to plug yourself into anything like in the movie Matrix. You don't have to literally be plugged in. They're going to plug it into you. And it will be controlled through the air. Remember, it's like the Prince of Air. It's like the Prince of Air. This is mental alchemy, mind. We're in air energy, age of Aquarius. Okay? This is why we're going to see this be real big right now. And they've been anticipating starting experiments on humans in 2020. And I know that Elon Musk has already started that because I've been channeling and tapping into his energy field to read what's going on. He feels the need to get ahead of AI with this Neuralink because he sees what's happening with AI. And he's just like, well, damn, if you can't beat them, join them. But instead of me letting the powers that be inject me with stuff, and unconsciously are controlling me, I'm going to go ahead and invest my money into creating the Neuralink so that I'm able to get on the same speed, the same frequency that D-Wave, quantum computers, and AI is tapping into so that humanity don't get left behind. Now, there is many different ways this can play out because I don't think we need Neuralink. I think we need to be devoted to our spiritual practices, to be fully committed to the transformation, to allow the chaos that's in your life to shake you up, to allow the dissonance to become static that breaks up stuff that's keeping you bound. I believe by doing these things, by trusting your inner guidance, I was reminded of one of the 42 laws of Maya. Trust your inner guidance because we are the neural technology. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, EU melanin is what is used to make a lot of biotech. So we have an abundance of it. And for those of you who feel like you're not abundant because of your financial situation, you are abundant spiritually. You are abundant energetically. Just the fact that you listen to this right now proves who you are. So remember, perception. This is a game of perception that we are in this age of Aquarius. Link. So, all right. So this is what happened in 1994. Also in 1994, again, Ice Cube had the huge advertisement by SEGA, which we are showing you here. Now, I don't want to take up our whole day with this, so I'm going to try to ease on through this. Y'all got to just keep up with me, okay? So, it says from that moment on, this was when the WWW 666 was invented, okay? From that moment on, humanity has made a lot of technological advancements. So astrologers are expecting this next 27-year cycle that's about to begin to be even more meaningful when it comes to technology, medicine, and innovation in general, she explained. The Aquarian energy is almost humanistic and socialist. So this transit means that activism is here to stay. Pay attention, because I talked about activism, and we know that that's been hijacked. Shout out to the sorors. Black Lives Matter, right? And it's really acts of rage. Let me connect you back to I didn't sit down and write this down or anything. I'm just allowing this to flow and channel. And in my mind, I can hear my higher self or my guide saying, now go back to the video game that was in the advertisement that came out in 1994. The World of Virtual Cop. Virtual Cop. This is the name of the game. This is everything that was released with this whole advertisement with Ice Cube, and they made a big deal, and I'm sure they paid him a nice, to do this, and you got to wonder why. So what Ice Cube is doing right now, which is very socialist, he's talking about voting, activism, and politics, and he's really getting it in. And we're not here to deconstruct what we agree with, what he's doing and what not. That is not what this is about. This is about breaking code of the matrix and exposing them to you. Now, you might want to sit down. You might want to sit down. Huh? Okay. Right as I'm listening to this, okay. Right? Oh, okay, we will. Hold on. So, right as I'm thinking about all of this, it just occurred to me, shout out to Massively Foolish, because Priestess Offset was saying something on there that stuck out to me about when she is seeing her innermost being and she visualizes bald-headed woman, and she's serene. And she, and as soon as she said that, I looked to the right of me and Ernest is looking at the advertisement that I couldn't get out of my head today. Today is December 25th, 2020, Christmas, right? 4 days after the birth of the age of Aquarius. So the age of Aquarius is 4 years old according to the Gregorian calendar today. Happy birthday. But anyway, and Ernest has a picture of a bald-headed woman. And this bald-headed woman is in the exact same place as Ice Cube was on the advertisement. Now, why did they run two versions of that? So by Priestess Offset saying that and seeing the rings around her head as well, it all connected, and I knew that there was something to pay attention to. So Priestess Offset or anybody that's part of her community, if you happen to be listening to this or watching this, you might want to tap into this wavelength of downloads from the akashic records that's coming through. Because it was the imagery that you painted in my third eye by saying that connected to the imagery that was actually in my atmosphere in that moment. And this is what it's like when you step outside the matrix, where you step outside a time and space and you begin to observe yourself and everything happening around you. It's really, really beautiful. But this is Age of Aquarius. But look, y'all, take a seat, take a breath. I'm finna hit you with the I'm finna hit you with the Saturn's quick dip into Aquarius earlier this year at the height of the social justice movement this summer when protesters marched for George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, and other victims of police brutality, might have given us a preview of what's to come for the next 2.5 years. Why is this important, you say? Let me answer that. Right when we're watching the video to this game, I said, Ernest, baby, pull the video games up in this advertisement. And the one that you clicked on was what?
The world of virtual cop. And in the advertisement, basically it's the whole trailer before the game started. Basically all it is two cops. Both of them are Caucasian. One nickname is Ray, the other one nickname is Smart. The antagonist that they show looks like what appears to be someone of a melanated,
black or brown skin tone.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a clear distinction though.
It was very clear.
They was definitely making a distinction between these are Caucasians and this is the op, and it is somebody of a brown skin tone. That's clear.
So, y'all, for the next 2.5 years, like I'm telling you now, police brutality is going to be like at a whole other level. Get your protection spells, get your protection potion. You black men, brown men, listen to this. I hope that at this point you've been in the conscious community long enough to know that one of the fathers of our awakening, Body Hemmet, to know that you need to be visualizing Ampu or Nubis on top of your vehicle and maybe even get you a Anubis so that you have extra covering and protection. It's so important. I know a lot of people in the spiritual movement is trying to get on this wave of, just because you're a black man doesn't mean you're anything different or unique. It's not true. And it's not to say that somebody of any other race of culture is not unique, but we're just pointing out the positive things that need to be pointed out, because for too long, nothing has been pointed out but the negative. The exact same people that say that are the same people that say that it's mostly black men in prison. And I'm like, okay, so that statistic sticks for you, but the statistic that there is something different about the black man doesn't. So, that's a personal thing. People do what works for you. You know what I'm saying? We ain't here to judge. But you need to be doing the most, at least that, for your protection. Remember, this is the age of Aquarius, so it's mental energy. All right? And that mental energy means that we need to be practicing mind alchemy all day, every day. So visualizing the spheres of light or darkness around you to protect you when you go out is necessary. Like, I've seen freak accidents I have never seen in my life, back to back, back to back. So wearing these masks, the excess of carbon dioxide in the brains, especially of certain people and elderly people and older people, it's cutting years off of their telomeres and shortening their lifespan. And this is intentional because they want to get rid of the people that they feel like don't need to be here. Because as we're going from carbon structure to crystalline structure, they're wanting to alter the carbon as much as possible. And so that just takes us right back to the video game. In the video game, the black guy was the enemy and the police were at war with the black guy. So just keep your eyes on the rappers. Ice Cube, he's a lot of things, but he's a rapper too. So this is telling us to keep your eyes on the rappers. What was happening in 1994? What happened in 1994 that was big and relevant to hip hop? Because right in that period, a lot of people died and got shot, and Tupac and Biggie, all of that went on, remember? So that lets y'all know that was planetary magic that they were doing. Because 26 years ago, those were the sacrifices that was necessary for them to continue to rule over the time matrix of the 1260 Gregorian calendar frequency energy we've been put in, that we've been constantly speaking to y'all about based on the Mayan calendar. So keep your eyes on hip hop. There may be some huge, even bigger than some of these other rappers, people that we really, really know in the next 2.5 years that may transition and under suspicious circumstances. So I'm wanting to just point your direction on what to pay attention to. Now, it says, and we're going to hopefully right about here, we can drop the video game in there, and you can see we can't get copyright strikes, y'all. So, you know what? From this point forward, if you want to hear the rest of this, you might have to go ahead and get it from the website or something, because we want you all to be able to see this imagery, okay? So this is, up to this point, this was kind of the preview. The full thing will be available on our website.